Today on Next Generation Leaders, we'll speak with Janice Roper Graham, the CEO of OPP. We'll ask Janice about her trip to the top of OPP, her commitment to keep a trusting and open workplace, and her approach to engage both clients and staff. Janice, welcome to our conversation about leadership and next generation leaders.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about OPP, what your company does, how long you've been in business, who do you serve?
Outreach Process Partners was founded in 2005, and we serve predominantly federal government agencies and local governments.
You're located here in the Maryland area?
Headquartered in Annapolis with offices in New York, Arlington, and New Orleans.
So I'm always intrigued about sort of the personal journey that gets somebody into a leadership role. Tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get to run this firm, and what started it all, and where did it come from?
It's a long and winding road.
Okay.
I'm the middle of 7 kids, big Irish Catholic family. I actually remember looking at the newspaper and seeing women's jobs and men's jobs, and I'm like, how come I can't do those jobs?
Yeah, very good.
And put myself through college and graduate school, and always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and then I had a terrible boss. I wound up quitting and putting out my own shingle.
So sort of the rest is history, as they say.
Right.
Yeah. We talk about leadership in this segment, and one of the things we ask everybody is, how do you define leadership? Now, obviously, you've been a leader probably most of your life, if describing your story. You're leading your company now, but how do you put a definition to that term, leadership?
I think about, and I always tell the team, issues, challenges, mistakes are opportunities for improvement. They're opportunities for creativity. And another thing I always tell myself and the team is, if it were easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Okay.
So you just have to, have that vision. And in my case, with the federal government contracting, public service, you really want to help agencies do better, communicate better, engage with their stakeholders better, achieve their mission. All of their missions are valid and important,
mm-hmm.
and so we kind of get that extra oomph from the mission.
That's the excitement part too.
Yeah.
So when you bring somebody onto your team, or you groom somebody into a leadership role, or you may be trying to hire somebody into the company, what are the sort of the attributes that you look for to add them onto your team? What are the employment attributes or the leadership attributes? What are you looking for when you're bringing folks into OPP?
Mm-hmm. First thing I look for is initiative. In their resume, if it's a new grad, did they start a club? Did they lead a club? Did they have some idea that they rallied a team around to get done?
Okay.
And intelligence, creativity, and then of course skills in the areas where we work, websites, videos, things like that.
So it's not just the knowledge, skills and abilities. You're also looking for some intangibles around a track record of starting something, or initiative,
somebody who just goes a little above and beyond. They don't
Okay.
just check the box, but they're got some extracurricular or something, or if it's somebody who's longer in their career. Beyond just doing the job, did they make a difference in some way?
Okay. Well, I know your guys are in the field and they're working with their client. Let's talk a little bit about innovation and how important it is for them to innovate, or for you as a firm to
mm-hmm.
be innovative.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that fit into leadership? Is there a connection there between how innovative you are and what you want your guys in the field doing?
When you think about where technology has come from in the past 10, 20 years, it's a sea change. I mean, Facebook and those kinds of things weren't even around 10 years ago, or just starting. Now that's old school, and the kids have moved on to Instagram and Snapchat and things like that. And in the federal space, they're behind on technology in general. Mm-hmm. So you've got to really keep your eye on their mission and what they're trying to do, and then the tools that are out there. And some examples, we do conference work, and it used to be where somebody had to run around the group with a microphone or collect cards, and now we have a text to a tablet, so people text in their questions. They can be vetted a little bit. It doesn't give somebody the opportunity to get the mic and grandstand and complain and things like that. So just those little tools that you can apply to something that they already do. We're doing a lot with Tableau dashboards. And it used to be they would track data from their eGov system or their website or from a conference they went to or some internal systems, and you'd have a lot of manual work to crunch them and come up with what does it mean and where do we go from here. And now you can automate it with a tool like Tableau.
So it sounds like innovation is just key to really your success and your continued success.
Yeah.
What's your culture now, and then
Yeah.
what do you look for in the future for that?
Well, the culture is very collaborative. So each staff person gets a $100 a quarter peer-to-peer recognition thing. So how that works is they'll say, Marty, I think you're doing a great job because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Here's $20. And they'll blast that email to the entire group. And then the office manager will follow up with a $20 Amazon gift card for you.
Okay.
So it's, it's real dollars, and it's use it or lose it. So
Okay.
they have to think of things to compliment about each other and recognize.
You have to find some good.
Yeah, and because people work on different clients, it's challenging to not have them get siloed in their little world with Army Corps of Engineers or FEMA. And so we ask that they do 15 to 20% to somebody that they don't work with, that they just heard about at the weekly huddle, something cool, and they want to acknowledge it.
Oh, I love that.
So the staff really enjoys that. And then we have quarterly goals, and then we celebrate quarterly. If we're very profitable, we do something a little bit higher end, like a paint night with open bar. If it's, just squeaking by profitable, it'll be, a little bit more modest, maybe bowling. And then if we're unprofitable, it's potluck.
Okay, bring your yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
or split tabs, or that kind of thing. So fortunately, we haven't had unprofitable yet, but it's we're very open with our finances, and we all succeed together.
Sounds like transparency is the key, and sharing as much information as you possibly can share.
Yeah, I think trust.
Okay.
If you say, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and and that kind of thing. And that's been important as we've had to evolve with our benefits packages and cut some things out that were really costly. And yeah, it's challenging.
Yeah.
To keep, you can't, it's easy to give, it's harder to take away.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Well, that brings in kind of the question of the growth of the firm and what role some of these more junior leaders play in that. I mean, I would guess they're in the customer world and they see opportunities and they think about things, but what role do you ask these leaders, these junior leaders, these project leaders to play in the growth of OPP?
Yeah. Well, we incentivize staff to go after awards for their client work. And
these are like design awards?
Design,
or,
any kind of industry award. Could be design, could be some kind of writing thing. And we pay the fee, and when they win, we put the client's name first because it's the client's project, and then their name, and they get $500 for a first place, $250 for a second or third place. And then we also have a trophy in our own office that's internal. Once a year, we get together for an all hands, and everybody has to do a 2-page best practice of the thing they're most proud of for the year.
Yeah.
They present it to each other, we vote, and then the highest ranking gets on our company trophy as well as a $500 bonus.
So it sounds like the culture part fits into the growth the growth goals of the company, which is sort of spurred by the innovation, which makes a difference between on how you bring the folks in, right? It's all kind of connected for you.
And it's, we watch profitability, of course. Every firm has to for their own health.
Yeah.
But for us, it's about the work. And we were contracted for ABC, and we did A, B, C, D, E, F, G for the same money, and we won an award, and the client is happy, and and we feel like if we do the right thing, growth will happen.
Gotcha. So it's doing the right thing, and then the results will take care of themselves, and the meeting objectives will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So where does this leave the firm? Got a lot road ahead of you. What are you going to do with this company over the next 5 or 10 years? What's the future of OPP and the strong leadership team? What's it hold?
It's exciting. We just are in conversation. Looks like it's going to happen where we're going to do pro bono work for the Project Management Institute, but actually get into research on how federal agencies are handling certain aspects of project management and come up with data-driven reasons why more successful organizations should do a best practice, and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't mention that was part of our original charter and remains today is I believe very strongly that if you're successful, you have a duty to give back, and so we wrote into our bylaws the intent, and we've followed through with this to give back 5% of net profits after taxes to charitable organizations, but also every staff person has 4 KPIs that they have to meet each quarter, one of which is a pro bono KPI.
Wow.
So we're doing this project management as a pro bono,
Yeah.
but obviously it's going to get a lot of positive exposure and content for our website and things like that.
Yeah, it's doing the right thing, but it's also eventually doing the thing
Right,
right.
yeah.
And- which I'm sure it changes or encourages people to want to come to work for you, and they hear other people talking about the good things.
Great
that you're
place
doing.
to work.
I bet it is. Yeah, yeah. Well, it was great talking to you. I appreciate you
Thanks,
coming in
Marty.
and spending some time talking about leadership and leadership development, and good luck with OPP.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks,
a lot.
Marty.
Janice Roper Graham has a commitment to trust. Her abilities to create an engaged, empowered workforce by sticking to the timeless principles of serving the client and serving the staff are impressive, something we can all consider emulating. If you enjoyed our conversation with Janice, please consider joining us at martinoneal.net as we discuss next generation leaders.